In most jurisdictions, an electrical contractor license is necessary to install, repair, or maintain solar modules, inverters, batteries, and associated electrical wiring. These systems involve the generation, storage, and distribution of electricity, which mandates specialized knowledge, training, and strict adherence to safety codes and regulations. The rationale behind requiring an electrical contractor license for solar installations is multifaceted. Firstly, solar photovoltaic, or PV, systems directly interact with the electrical grid, either feeding power into it or drawing power from it. This interconnection requires a deep understanding of electrical principles, including voltage, current, power, grounding, and protection. The proper connections can lead to serious consequences, such as equipment damage, electrical fires, and even electrocution. Secondly, solar installations often involve working with high voltages and currents. Solar panels, when connected in series, can produce voltages of 600 volts or even 1000 volts direct current, or volts DC. Inverters, which convert direct current to alternating current, or volts AC, also operate at high voltages. Working with these voltages requires specialized tools, personal protective equipment, or PPE, and adherence to safety procedures to prevent electrical shock. Thirdly, electrical codes and standards, such as the National Electrical Code, or NEC, provide detailed requirements for the safe installation of electrical systems. Solar installations are subject to these codes, which cover topics such as wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and disconnect means. An electrical contractor license demonstrates that an individual has the knowledge and training necessary to comply with these codes. Fourthly, solar installations often involve working at heights. Solar panels are typically mounted on rooftops, which can pose a fall hazard. Electrical contractors are trained in fall protection techniques and are required to follow safety regulations to prevent falls. Obtaining an electrical contractor license typically involves several steps. Firstly, completing coursework in electrical theory and practice. This coursework covers topics such as electrical circuits, wiring methods, electrical codes, and safety procedures. Secondly, gaining practical experience in the electrical field. Most licensing authorities require a certain number of years of experience working under the supervision of a licensed electrician. Thirdly, passing an examination. The exam typically covers electrical theory, code requirements, and safety practices. Fourthly, meeting other requirements set by the licensing authority. These requirements may include submitting proof of insurance, providing references, and passing a background check. The specific requirements for obtaining an electrical contractor license vary by jurisdiction. It is important to check with the relevant licensing authority to determine the specific requirements in your area. In the state of New Jersey, for example, the New Jersey Board of Examiners of Electrical Contractors regulates the licensing of electrical contractors. The board requires applicants to have at least 5 years of experience in the electrical field and to pass an examination. The board also requires applicants to submit proof of insurance and to pass a background check. The penalties for performing electrical work without a license can be severe. In many jurisdictions, it is a misdemeanor offense to perform electrical work without a license. Violators may be subject to fines, imprisonment, and other penalties. In addition, unlicensed contractors may not be able to obtain permits for their work, and their work may not be covered by insurance. Therefore, it is crucial to ensure you are fully compliant with electrical regulations to avoid any of those penalties. Installing solar panels involves a number of different steps. Firstly, you need to assess the site. This involves determining the amount of sunlight that the site receives, the orientation of the roof, and the structural integrity of the roof. Secondly, you need to design the system. This involves selecting the appropriate solar panels, inverters, and other components, and determining the size and layout of the system. Thirdly, you need to obtain the necessary permits. This involves submitting plans and specifications to the local building department and obtaining approval to proceed with the installation. Fourthly, you need to install the system. This involves mounting the solar panels on the roof, wiring the panels to the inverter, and connecting the inverter to the electrical grid. Fifthly, you need to inspect the system. This involves having the system inspected by a qualified electrician to ensure that it meets all applicable codes and standards. Maintaining a solar panel system involves a number of different tasks. Firstly, you need to keep the panels clean. This involves removing dirt, dust, and debris from the panels on a regular basis. Secondly, you need to inspect the system regularly. This involves checking the panels for damage, the wiring for loose connections, and the inverter for proper operation. Thirdly, you need to have the system serviced by a qualified technician on a regular basis. This involves having the technician inspect the system, test the components, and make any necessary repairs. Solar inverters are an essential part of any solar panel system. They convert the direct current electricity generated by the solar panels into alternating current electricity that can be used to power homes and businesses. There are two main types of solar inverters: firstly, string inverters, and secondly, microinverters. String inverters are the most common type of solar inverter. They are typically located in a central location, such as a garage or basement. Microinverters are smaller inverters that are mounted directly on the back of each solar panel. Solar batteries are used to store excess electricity generated by solar panels. This electricity can then be used to power homes and businesses when the sun is not shining. There are two main types of solar batteries: firstly, lead-acid batteries, and secondly, lithium-ion batteries. Lead-acid batteries are the oldest type of solar battery. They are relatively inexpensive, but they have a shorter lifespan than lithium-ion batteries. Lithium-ion batteries are the newest type of solar battery. They are more expensive than lead-acid batteries, but they have a longer lifespan and are more energy efficient. Solar wiring is used to connect the solar panels, inverters, and batteries together. It is important to use the correct type of wiring for solar applications. Solar wiring must be able to withstand the harsh outdoor environment and the high voltages and currents generated by solar panels. There are two main types of solar wiring: firstly, PV wire, and secondly, USM-2 wire. PV wire is specifically designed for solar applications. It is resistant to ultraviolet radiation, moisture, and extreme temperatures. USM-2 wire is a general-purpose wiring that can be used for solar applications. However, it is not as durable as PV wire and may not be suitable for all applications. When working with electricity, it is important to follow safety precautions to prevent electrical shock and other injuries. Firstly, always disconnect the power before working on any electrical equipment. Secondly, use insulated tools. Thirdly, wear rubber gloves and shoes. Fourthly, never work in wet conditions. Fifthly, be aware of your surroundings. If you are not comfortable working with electricity, hire a qualified electrician to do the work for you. The National Electrical Code, or NEC, is a set of standards for the safe installation of electrical systems. The NEC covers a wide range of topics, including wiring methods, overcurrent protection, grounding, and disconnect means. Solar installations must comply with the NEC. The NEC is updated every 3 years. The latest edition of the NEC is the 2023 edition. The NEC is published by the National Fire Protection Association, or NFPA. In conclusion, obtaining an electrical contractor license is typically required for the installation, repair, and maintenance of solar energy systems, including solar modules, inverters, batteries, and associated wiring. This requirement ensures that individuals performing this type of work possess the necessary knowledge, skills, and training to safely and effectively handle electrical systems, adhere to safety codes and regulations, and prevent potential hazards. The licensing process typically involves completing coursework, gaining practical experience, passing an examination, and meeting other requirements set by the relevant licensing authority. Failure to comply with licensing requirements can result in penalties and may compromise the safety and integrity of solar installations.